Once he finishes the website with the payload inside, he will start the handler. And the handler is just a listener to this computer. So if any victim open a website, he will receive the connection and you will see a Meterpreter session running here. Now this is the IP that you should send to the server. Now how can I convince a victim to open or to click on URL? This is a different subject. You can use spoofed email, like I explained before. You can use social media. You can use, there is different way for doing that. And even there is some websites that will change this IP to a URL. We're going to see one after this lecture. So once he's giving you this message that he starts the payload handler, I just need to convince the victim to open the URL. So assume that I did that, and let's see what will happen. So we're going to go here, and I'm going to choose one of my machine. This one, for instance. Click here, and let's open the browser. Again, this will be a social engineering skills to to convince him to click on the link. So assume that you already did that, and he opens this IP, which is the Kali Linux IP 163.143. Now, as I told you earlier, this may take 1 or 2 attempts. I mean, try that on different computers and different platforms, and see on which browser is working and which browser is not working, just to be able to get the idea. So we're gonna run. It will take few seconds or minute, and let's see what will happen. Here you go. This is what I was talking about. This is the message showing that Java is not running on this website, and the website is running Java, and he's asking you to click on run. This is applicable on any operating system. Now here is the point. If you are using that on an old operating system like Windows 7, Windows XP or Vista or even 7, you'll get this message. And for regular user, he can just click on run, and many people is doing that. But if you buy a certificate and embed this certificate into your website, you will not even receive this message, and the system will be compromised right away. So it's a kind of attack that, depend on your target. Do you need to invest money in this attack or not? So assume that, the victim got the message and wrote and click on run. What will happen back on our victim machine? On our Kali Linux machine. Let's go back to the Kali Linux, and as you can see, a Meterpreter session has been created, and a session has been established with this victim machine. It's a reverse session in a sense that the victim has replied back to me. So even if the victim had a firewall, it didn't prevent this attack. So clicking on enter, and let's check type sessions. And as you can see, I already have a session to this victim machine. Now, next lecture, I'm going to explain how to use this Meterpreter session, because we'll be using it in many attacks during this course. So I'm going to show you how to use the Meterpreter session, which is an amazing tool, and we'll see how you can get everything from the machine, including downloading file, uploading file, migrate your process so it will not be discovered. You can do a lot of things using the Meterpreter. One last point I want to mention here in this attack, that you can do that on different victims on the same time. So I can send this link to 100 people, and if they open the link, I'll get 100 sessions. Now, there is a very important point to clarify here, that if I can compromise one computer inside the network, this will be more than enough to compromise the full network. And we're going to see how we can from this compromised computer because it was not a patched computer, or maybe it has an old operating system, or whatever the reason, or maybe the user didn't give attention to any email and he clicked on the link, but whatever the reason was, and I was able to compromise the system, all the remaining computer, even if they were secure, I still can compromise them. So that's confirmed that any weak point inside your network represent a risk to the whole network, not just to this machine. So let's see how to use this MetaPreter session.